up, everybody? It's Anthony McLeon from Unapologetically Him podcast. And today I'm with my guest, Bianca from Nashville, Tennessee, mother of three. And we're going to talk about parental alienation. Hey, what's up, Bianca? How you doing?
I am great. How are you?
I'm great. You ready to get right to it?
Yeah, let's get right to it.
Okay. Well, I see you a mother of three, and I'm pretty sure you got your own little situation as far as parental alienation and probably have some experience. Off the top of your head, what would you say is your experience?
I find that, I started having kids when I was 23. So I find that, uh, yes. So I find that most parental alienation comes from just not wanting to be bothered with the, non-custodial parent because you have issues with that person. And it just comes from control, trying to control the situation. I think once you give up that control, everything gets better after that. But I find, and personally speaking, for me, it was about just not wanting to be bothered, just not wanting to do the back and forth, and just not, I'm not going to say trusting the ex to do what they're supposed to do, but they just didn't do it the way I did it. It's always about, he could do better doing this. He could do better doing that. But everybody parents differently. So you just can't control that. You just got to give way to some of that control.
So you're saying you're guilty of parental alienation?
Say, I'm guilty of it. I'm going to say that I understand sometimes why people choose to do it. I didn't do it because in my case, it was just kind of like, oh, if we not together, it's kind of like, no calls, no showing up, no trying to spend time with the kids. And I was just like, I'm not going to compromise myself trying to be in a relationship with somebody I know I don't want to be in a relationship with. But
Right.
anytime my children's fathers want to come see them or anything, I'm fine with it. I mean, I don't have
How
no
many
issue with it.
how many baby dads you got?
Three.
You have three?
I have
Okay.
3. Yes.
All of them being alienated?
No. And see, I don't alienate them. It's like I said, once I've moved on from the relationship and they
Right.
don't want the relationship, you can come see the kids, you can call the kids, you can do whatever you want to
Okay.
do. Just leave me
Right.
alone.
Right.
And it's like,
Right.
well, if I can't be with you, I guess they feel some type of way. I don't know. You have to ask them. I don't care. But like as far as me, like I'm all about the kids, period.
Okay.
I
Okay.
do what's best for my children, period. I put my
Right.
feelings to the side, however I feel about the situation, however I feel about their father, that has absolutely nothing to do with the equation.
You hear that,
Nothing to do with the
ladies?
equation.
That's real shit right there. But go ahead, Bianca.
Because if you really love your children, and I love my children, I fold every time. I do what's best for them. If they like, hey, call my dad, I call their dad. Hey, I
Okay.
want to see I have no pride and ego when it comes to people you love. You have to understand that there should be no pride and ego.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't have no problem with any of them. But
But let
once
me
I'm
let me do
done,
this
I'm
real
done.
hold on. Everything you just said in the last 2 minutes was real shit, and I salute you for that. I commend you for that,
Right.
because that's how most women should think. But before that 2 minutes, you hinted along you being guilty of parental alienation to one of the fathers, I guess, because he wasn't doing what you felt as though he was supposed to do. Am I correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you correct. You correct. You correct. You correct. But okay. So a lot of things go into that pot, though. A lot of things go into that pot. Okay.
Well,
So
whatever,
number
whatever
one,
you feel, whatever you feel comfortable with disclosing as far as that situation, feel free to say.
well, no, I go with it. I mean, he had a couple of issues, and he was a slick alcoholic. He was ex-military, so I mean, he had a couple of issues, and
As soon as I sip my drink, you say alcoholic. But go ahead, I'm fucking with you.
no, I'm playing. But no, seriously,
Right.
he had a couple of issues, and once again, it was always a fight. He was just a difficult person. And I think with women, some women, not all, because you actually have some fathers who really are stand-up guys, and they They do what they supposed to do. But then you have the other side of that coin. It's kind of like the difficult one that say they gonna
Right.
do something and don't. You tell your
Right.
kids you gonna come and you don't show up. So now the
Right.
mother is feeling like, well, you're not gonna keep hurting my kids' feelings. You're not gonna keep lying to my child. You're not gonna keep lying to me. I'll just do it by myself.
Right.
So you have to understand from a woman's perspective, some women, the intentions are good. Even though they might seem bad, sometimes the intention is good. And the intention
Right.
is to just to protect the child's feelings, you know? But I mean, it can't be like that because, you know, once children get a certain age, they are way smarter than we give them credit for. So really what you have to do is you have to start talking to your kids. As soon as your kids can start understanding and have common sense and stuff like that, you have to start having conversations with them. Because when I tell you, kids are so much smarter than we give them credit for, and they see things that you don't think they see, they do. I start having the hard conversations with my kids, and I'm like, hey, what do you think about your dad? Or, you know, what do you think about what's going on or whatever? And, you know, my
Right.
youngest daughter, she came to me and was like, Mama, I don't know why you like my dad. Like, what? You
Well,
don't know.
the kid's supposed to not like the dad. The dad get love once he gone. That's when he get his flowers. Throughout
Well,
life,
no,
the
no, that's not it. You know, kids are watching. That's what, like, I've never said anything bad about their dads. The kids are watching. The kids are
salute to
listening.
you.
The kids
Salute to
are seeing
you.
the interaction. The kids see
Right.
who's doing and who's not. The kids
Right.
see who's their birthdays and who's not. You know,
Okay.
kids see these things. So with our relationship, she saw how I treated him and how he treated me, which is why she came to me and said, Mama, I don't know what you see in my dad. And I'm like, what? And she said, you treat him way better than he treats you.
Mm. How old was she when she said that?
Like 10. She's 12 now. This was 2 years ago.
Okay.
So you have to realize, like, our wisdom don't come with age. Some people, you know, born smart and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, she's very smart. She's observant.
Well,
And she told me straight up.
these kids way more advanced than we were. Similar to like how we were more advanced than our parents. Each generation is going to be more advanced, and a lot of times we don't.
Advance. It's about, once again, she saw, okay, so basically what had happened was I went out and spent, even though we was kind of on the outs, I went out and spent over $200 for his birthday. I made this big basket, me and her together.
Okay.
I made like this big
Right.
basket with any kind of stuff that he liked in, about $200-300, cologne and Stanley cups and this and that. You know, very creative. It was very nice. But what did he
Right.
do for my birthday? What did he do for my birthday?
Mm.
Nothing.
Was he
So,
able to do something? Oh wow. Okay. Say no more. I
so,
hear you.
so, so what I'm saying is kids are watching. They're not dumb. I didn't have to say to her, your dad don't do shit. Your dad, she
She see
what
it.
he don't do.
She
She
see
know
it.
he out on dates. She don't, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So kids see these things. So the kids understand. So if I say something to her like, well, you might not see your daddy for 2 or 3 weeks because whatever, whatever, whatever. She be like, yeah, and I wouldn't put up with that. You know, and stuff like
What?
that. So kids understand, they do.
Right.
But if you just on some vengeful stuff and you have resentment because the relationship didn't work out and all that kind of stuff, that's childish. And why do you want to be with somebody who don't want to be with you? It's
Exactly.
crazy.
That's
It's sheer
crazy.
crazy.
Let me ask you this. How has this experience impacted your relationships with family and others? Far as, I mean, I guess I see it only affects your daughter, but do your brothers, sisters, mothers feel anything in regards to how that situation play out, or you just handle everything on your own?
No, because I mean, my take on having kids, and I would tell any woman is because I don't revolve my life around anyone, especially not no man. I
Right.
do me. I live my life. I'm not doing a lot of sacrificing for another person because we only here for a short period of time. I want to do
You right
everything
about
I
that.
want to do, and I'm going to be happy. I'm not going to be in miserable relationships or nothing like that. So I knew when I had my kids, like, regardless of what somebody do or don't do, these are mine. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't understand people, even if you have to take care of them
Well,
alone or
they're
whatever.
their father. They're their.
Yes, if he chooses. If he chooses.
Well, the thing is, if he was to say the exact thing you just said, he would be wrong.
No, he wouldn't, because here's the thing. When I say my kids are mine, what I mean by that is if I have to take care of them alone, I don't care because they're mine. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not going to say, I'm not going to get my son's hair cut because the daddy ain't give me no money, or he ain't get his hair cut, or he ain't. These kids are mine. They're going to have everything that they need. I don't feel messed up about it. I don't feel resentful about it. I don't feel like, I don't feel no type of way about it because these kids are mine. You get what I'm saying?
Do you
It's a
get child support for
selfishness when
any
it
of them?
comes to kids. Huh?
Do you get child support for any of them?
I get child support for 2, and one of them, he started paying child support maybe 5 years ago.
He
Maybe 5
stopped.
years ago. No.
He stopped.
He started like
Oh,
5
he
years
started.
ago. My oldest
Okay.
daughter is 18 now. My oldest is 18. My son is 16, and my youngest is 12. My youngest, she just
Okay.
went to live with her dad this school year.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
we
good.
gonna
Salute to
see.
you for allowing that.
Hopefully, it'll grow him up a whole lot.
Who, the father?
Yeah, hopefully, it will grow
Okay.
him up.
Has
I
he
mean,
always been in her life?
yeah, but it's always conversations that we have to have, and that's what I hate about, and I'm gonna say it, and you could say whatever you want to say. A lot of black men. Every time a woman try to talk to y'all get defensive, and that's why the communication is hard, because it's like it gets defensive. It's like I took a conversation to him like, y'all live in the same town. Y'all live in the same town, 20 minutes away. There's no reason for you not to see your daughter on a regular basis, talk to her on a regular basis, or anything like that when y'all live in the same town. It's
Right.
not. It'd be different if you lived in another city, another state. You know what I'm saying? But everything I
Right.
say is
I
wrong.
agree.
Everything a woman say is not wrong. You just have to stop being so defensive about everything
So he
that a
felt that
person.
was wrong. He felt you said something wrong by saying that.
Yeah, because I think people don't look at it like logically. They look at it like you slick trying to tell me I'm a bad father. You get what I'm saying? Everything is taken in a negative connotation. So when you think that way, of course you're going to be defensive. But why can't you just hear what I'm saying and take accountability that you could call more, you could do more, you know?
Right.
So she didn't like the school she was going to over here. So I was like, hey, you need to step it up. I've been a mom for 12 years. She's 12. I've been a mom for 12
Right.
years.
Right.
Like, when you gonna start making more sacrifices? When you gonna step it up, you know? So I had
So,
just threw it up in the air about her going to live with him. I didn't think he was gonna do it.
and that's the thing. A lot of men are willing to do the things that a lot of y'all think that they won't actually do. And why you didn't think that that was something he would be willing to do?
It wasn't. It wasn't. It was something he had to grow into. This come after years and years of conversations. Sometimes we can have great conversations now because, in one conversation we had, he said, I helped him out a lot with his growth and everything like that. And,
Right. Right. I can
whatever,
see
whatever.
that.
But so it was like, and I understand that because everybody grow at a different pace and everybody got their own issues and everything like that. I mean, it's
Right.
understandable. So we just gonna see how it go, right? We gonna see how it goes. So far, so good. He ain't been making as many sacrifices as I do and still do, but I think it's gonna grow him up some. I think it's gonna grow him up a lot.
And she likes it.
She do. She do. And
It's just him and her.
yes.
Okay. Now, if he had another whole family and wanted to do that, would that have been a problem with you?
No, he had a girlfriend, and I liked her.
Oh,
I was
wow. You
trying to push marriage.
real?
Yeah, her name was Julie. She was a little mixed chick, and she had one daughter, and the dad wasn't involved at all. and he was with her for like maybe 2 going on 3 years. I was like, yeah, because anytime a woman around, a good woman, anytime a good woman is around, it's good. It's
Right.
good. You gonna play good dad and all of that, and you come pick up the kid and you take her and the 2 little girls and they go.
Right.
So it was no problem. I liked Julie, I liked the daughter, but they had some kind of falling out, and I'm like, "What? Can't you make it work? Like, what?" Like it's like she done like, "What are y'all doing?"
Right.
But I guess there wasn't no fixing it, so I don't know, but like, I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for everybody to find love. I'm rooting for
Right.
everybody. I ain't got no hard feelings.
So which child father is the one you were saying not really doing much? That's the oldest?
No, that's probably my son's dad. He's in the penitentiary. He's locked up. He's always
Okay.
locked up. He's always
Okay.
locked up. Now I got with him when we were young.
Right.
We was young. And when you young, you just doing stuff,
Hmm.
you know. But we've always been good friends. I love him, but that's another thing with men. Like women, we grow up. Like our way of thinking changes, actions changes, and some men they just stop the growth. The growth just stops. And it's like, and that's the one thing with him. It's like, he just never grew up. He never grew up.
Wow.
Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, but he never grew up. Like, so
There's a lot of men like that.
conversation,
It's a lot of men, thousands of men like that.
it's crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it because,
Well,
like,
the thing is, it starts in the home. It boils down to the upbringing of a lot of these men. And what a lot of these men have in common is they didn't have fathers themselves, or if they did have a father, he wasn't a good role
offensive.
model.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
So that plays a that plays a major role in our community of why a lot of men turn out the way that they do. Which I feel as though a lot of the black women of our generation, even yourself, needs to really recognize that and start to understand that the boys that y'all have can possibly end up similar to these kind of men that y'all don't even like. Would you agree with that?
A certain extent. But I mean, that goes back to what I told you you had commented on. Like, everything influences your personality. Like, well, okay, we have a personality anyway, right? But
Right.
everything influences the personality, not just your parents, the environment, the people at church, TV. I mean, everything. So it's like my mama wasn't the best mom. I love her and stuff like that. It's a lot of things I didn't see and understand because I was a kid. But once I got older, I knew that, oh, okay, she's like this because she suffered with mental health and addiction and everything like that. I don't fault her for anything because once again, people have their own issues.
How
Now,
old are
for me,
you?
how old am I? 41, 40 or
Okay.
41, something like
All right.
that.
I got I got you by a couple of years. You definitely from that era back in the day when you're able to speak about that. But go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm an 80s baby.
Right.
So I can't keep pointing the finger and saying because I grew up in poverty, because we was on food stamps, because my mama was on drugs, because she did this, because she did it. Guess what? My mama had a beautiful daughter. As a matter of fact, she got 3 beautiful kids, 3 beautiful, intelligent kids. So you
Right.
can't always say, and now, could I have even been a better person if my mom was whatever people supposed to be, right? Who
Right.
knows? But life ain't supposed to be like that. You're supposed to have trials and tribulations so God can test your heart. That's what it's all about. If you don't have trials and tribulations and things to overcome, how God gonna know who real and who fake? Even though he know anyway, but he still gotta test you. The devil gotta test you.
You're right about that. You're right
You get
about
what I'm
that.
saying? So you can kind of say hard times definitely can make good people. Definitely. So I don't believe in that just because I didn't have a dad around or just because I didn't have a mom. And God puts people around that's supposed to be there. And the people that ain't supposed to be there ain't going to be there. So why chase
So
people that
what but what about what the stats say? the stats in regards to, I mean, we can't disregard it. Like when they look
Yeah,
at the prison, when they look at the prison and they say the percentages of the guys in prison who come from single parent households, it boiled down to they saying that these men didn't have fathers. So that's what led to them doing the things that led them to being incarcerated.
okay,
Yes, they
so what
were.
about the good kids? What about the good kids that have fathers and do hideous things?
Well, the
You
percentage is lesser. That's
understand.
the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, they do bad things too, but they looking at the percentage of who do the bad things more. The kid that come from the two parent home, yes, he's capable of doing bad things, but his demographic is way less than a kid that comes from the single mom household. And then the study shows that in the single parent household, if it was a father, them stats are equal to if the child had both mother and father. Now,
But
I,
okay,
go ahead.
you okay. I think a little differently. I do. I don't really believe in stats. I believe that life has a way of always trying to make there be a hierarchy when there isn't one. Everybody want to be better than the next person. And that's what stats and stuff like that come in at. Now, I live in the real world. I
Right.
pay super attention to life, people around me, and everything like that. So when you talk about the jail system, to me, the only reason there's a lot of people in and out the jail is simply because of the way America deals with crime. That's it. It's as simple as that. If America dealt with crime the way some of these other countries did, or anything like that, we wouldn't have as many people in prisons. Now, if you think about like my son's father, he had a dad. Him and his dad and his mom was together until she died. They was together for like 40 years. And when I found that out, I was like, what about all these stats people coming up with? You know, when I was sitting in forensic psychology and the white professor was debunking all of these stats that people come up with, I was like, what? So you have to be careful when you listen to stats, the news, different stuff like that, because it's all programming is what it is to make people feel less than.
Well, I totally understand what you said, but me myself, when I replay my life, I'm a guy who never seen his father a day in my life. I had my brother's father in my life up until 10 years old. So after replaying my whole life and trying to understand why I did this and why I did these things, and me as a man came to the conclusion it was because I didn't have the discipline that I needed to not do the things that I have done. There's only one person who instills the discipline that registers to a child that helps guide them throughout their childhood to lead them to being an astounding adult without hidden issues that's normally unbeknownst to these mothers who think they did a good job. Not saying that that's you, but there's thousands of mothers out here who children in their eyes turned out good, but there's things within their child unbeknownst to them that they have missed out. There's demons that they're battling and so much other things going on beneath the surface that these mothers have no knowledge about. And it all boils down to that child not having a father. Any last thoughts or anything you want to share with the viewers or say, Bianca?
I love y'all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. And we out from Unapologetically Him podcast starring Anthony McLeon. See y'all next episode. Peace.